Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It, day 208. It is Friday. It is the weekend. We are tired. It is time to go to bed. The weight today for our midweek weigh-in, 264.0. I was starting to think that, my goal is 263. Hey, I forgot to print out that paper. I guess I'll reuse the piece of paper. I guess I don't need to keep printing out paper. I could just write the numbers on here and cross out the goals and save a tree or two. Funny how things work out like that. That's what I'm going to do. And look, I have a pen or a pencil. So I do have writing utensils that I can use here to do that. So my midweek weigh-in was 264. And I was starting to think about it. I was thinking I was going to get a little demotivated by it. And then I realized I've not really held on to 264 yet. 265 was always that number where it was, down. So I should be happy that I'm staying at 264. If, tomorrow's weigh-in comes in a little bit less at 263.8, that means I'm now getting into the 263s. I did hit 263 earlier. That's actually what this paper says. Here is that I didn't actually write it down. I should write it down. I didn't write it down. 263.6, I believe, was what I achieved. And now I'm at 264.0, so that's 0.4 pounds. That's 4/10 times 16, which is, 5 or 6 ounces. So I'm getting less. 5 or 6 ounces is a very small number. Very small indeed. So I should not be stressing out. I should be recognizing that the 264 is 264. It's not a number that I've held, for some time. So that's actually a good thing. And the fact, and as my wife pointed out, that the weight is staying off. So that's another plus. So now it's just more concerted effort to lose the weight. So yesterday we read an Aesop's fable, The Dog in the Manger. So where the lesson was, if you don't need it, don't keep it from others that do. This one doesn't really have a theme, but it's called The Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. A wolf devised a plan to dress in a sheepskin to prey upon a flock. Mingling with the sheep, he fooled the sheep and the shepherd too, and was penned in for the night. That night the shepherd wanted some mutton for his table, and mistaking the wolf for a sheep, promptly dispatched him with a knife there and then. Well, well, well. That's the problem if you dress up like a sheep. If you're a wolf and dress up like a sheep in wolf's clothing, or dress like a sheep in sheep's clothing, there's a possibility you might get treated like a sheep. And is that what you really want? Probably not. Okay, so that was Aesop's Fable for today. Just a nice little change, nice little introduction. It's a new segment called Aesop's Fables. Now, if only I had the wherewithal to learn how to make a movie so I could sort of do a banner that says Aesop's Fables. Maybe if I've got a little free time tomorrow, I might actually try that. I will let you know. So that means that I'm not going to upload the video. I'm going to see if it's possible to edit the video before uploading it. Because why not give it a try? I do have iMovie installed on my iPhone, and editing it looked like it would be something that wouldn't be too difficult. So why not, after 208 days, branch out and try to actually add a skill to the video. It might be kind of interesting for all of us to see. And then if I wanted to, I could add some theme music. Watch the older video to find out what that sound was. Yeah, you couldn't see the sound, but, that's what it is. So now we're still in the little house, cleaning up. My son was expressing interest in weights. I don't know if he wanted to build up his muscles, but the weights, which are over there to my right, your left, are behind the bicycles that are probably going to be donated or kept. So I will have to move them so that they're accessible, so I can teach my son how to properly lift weights, because we don't want to hurt ourselves. So yes, there is a proper way to lifting weights. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep rambling on if I don't really have anything to say, but I'm going to leave you with this thought. It's the weekend. It's the end of July. We've got August, September, October, November, December coming up, and then the new year. Have you thought about what you're going to do for the next 5 months? Have you thought about what you're going to do within the next week? Perhaps it's time that we start adopting a more long-term view of the world. Yeah, because I was thinking, if I start making a 1-year plan now, I can start thinking about all the things that need to be done. And then that way I have one centrally located plan to describe what needs to be done and when it needs to be done and what those contingent, activities are. So if something needs to be done by April, what has to happen in March, what has to happen in February. So I found a year-long calendar that somebody had published. I think his name is Michael Hyatt. And so I borrowed it, and I am going to see if that is something that I can make use of. And it's done in an Excel spreadsheet. It's really pretty straightforward, not too difficult, and I'm going to let you know how that goes. Because there's lots of things going on at work, and so I'm still trying to figure out the best way to stay on top of all of it. Okay, so with that, I'm going to wish you all a pleasant evening, and I hope that you have a great weekend, and that you are staying out of the storms on the East Coast, the fires on the West Coast, and the heat just about everywhere else. All right, have a great weekend. Talk to you later.